Happening right now, intense discussions are taking place over the proposed RFK Stadium deal. This is as hundreds of people wait to make their voices heard as the hearings kick off today. The DC Council is weighing a $3.7 billion redevelopment plan that includes a new Commander's Stadium, along with thousands of housing units and major infrastructure upgrades, sparking both excitement and some fierce opposition. It is good to be with you. Thank you for joining us on the News at Noon. I'm Simone D'Alba. Right now, our Lorenzo Hall and Eric Flack are joining me today. Zoe, I see you. How are things going out there? Big day as we kick off these hearings.
Yeah, big day, Simone. You know, we've covered a lot of issues here at the Wilson Building, from gun violence to housing and healthcare. And I can't recall one where more than 500 people have signed up to testify. So that shows you right there that this is a big deal. History could be made if the Commanders do return to Washington, D.C. And, you know, I wanted to be here because I grew up here, I still live in the city, and I just want to hear what a lot of our neighbors have to say about this issue right now. And for months, we've heard from a lot of people already who say they want to return to those good old days when the Commanders were playing at the RFK site, but then you hear from others who say they do not want public funds to be used for a stadium. We're talking more than $1.1 billion. So a lot of those folks are in the council chambers talking right now. I want to bring in our chief investigative reporter, Eric Flack. He's been covering the Commanders' quest to return to the old RFK Stadium site for years now. And Flack, we know more than 500 people have signed up to testify. It is going to be a long day here.
Yeah, and as I walked up here about 9 o'clock, about an hour before the public hearing was scheduled to begin, there was already rallies being held outside on City Hall steps. About a week ago, it was rallies in favor of the stadium when DC council members announced they had an amended agreement for this stadium deal. Today, this morning, it was people who say we're not against the stadium, but we want a better deal for the city. We want guarantees as far as when these community benefits agreement is going to be delivered. We want clean energy used throughout. We want a quicker redevelopment of the Southwest waterfront. They think the city can get a better deal. And the question is, does the city still have time to change the deal again before that vote, which is scheduled to happen, the first vote, which is scheduled to happen this Friday, with undecided votes still remaining on DC Council. So it was just about an hour ago that I spoke with a council member who's right in the middle of all of this, Brooke Pinto from Ward 2, as well as one of the community activists who is out here to testify. Let's listen to what they had to say.
This deal is imbalanced in favor of a stadium, and I'm asking the council members, is this an RFK campus deal or is it a 30-year NFL deal? I want it to be a deal that benefits all of the campus, not just the stadium part.
If you tinker with the financing, wouldn't you then have to go back to the team and say, does this still work?
Right. Like any negotiation, we have to make sure we are being transparent about what our priorities are and making sure that they're workable. But the team's been a great partner so far.
Councilmember Brooke Pinto, one of 5 yes votes based on our count right now in favor of this stadium deal. There are 2 no votes, Councilmember Charles Allen, Councilmember Brianne Nadeau. That leaves 5 undecideds. That's Councilmember Zachary Parker, Janice Lewis-George, Christina Henderson, Matthew Fruman, and one more out there.
You're talking about, I know you were talking, we have those, the remaining votes still.
The remaining votes, and they're going to have to get 3 of those by Friday on their side to pass this first vote. The question is whether or not they're going to tinker with the deal and whether or not the Commanders are going to be okay with whatever changes come out of this public hearing and, of course, Friday's vote. And this public hearing, with 500 people signed up, could last well into the evening or even the early morning account, according to the chair, Phil Mendes.
Yeah, they want to make sure everyone gets their say. As soon as I was walking in today, I heard from some folks saying, "What number are you?" One woman mentioned she's 110. Another guy said he's number 340. So he's actually going to leave and come back at around 5 o'clock to make sure he is heard. And Flack, I want to point out really quickly, we had that first vote on Friday, but even then, negotiations still have to take place before that second vote in September.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of moving parts. I mean, we've got 12 council members right now, and because of some tax implications with the way this deal is structured, you've got to have a 2/3 majority to get this deal passed. But then you have to have a second vote. By the time that second vote happens in mid-September, Councilmember Trayon White will once again be sworn in, once again throwing the number of votes you will need to pass this to be completely locked and loaded and ready to go, increase that up to 9. So, a lot of moving parts. We'll see what comes out of the public hearing today. We'll see what happens with those 5 undecided council votes and what they want, what they hear, and how this shapes what we see on Friday.
Yeah, we'll see how influential these folks are today. Flack, thank you. And as Flack mentioned, Simone, it is going to be a long day here. We will continue our coverage on WUSA 9+, and of course, we'll see you back right here at 4 o'clock.
Yeah,
Simone,
look
we'll
for
send it
some
back
of
to you.
those undecided council members to be saying things like, look, this isn't just about football. What about the DC residents? What kind of a deal are you cutting for our neighbors who are there making their opinions heard today? Eric Flack, Lorenzo Hall joining us live. Appreciate your coverage, and we'll see you again soon. Thank you.